Welcome to Global Risk Community Chat. Today our guest is Aviral Verma. I'm very happy to have you here today again, Aviral. Welcome.
Thank you, Lucy. It's a pleasure to be here again. Enjoyed
Yeah,
the last episode, so great to be back.
yeah, likewise. I remember that last time we did talk about information security awareness, but perhaps let's get in with, for audience that haven't maybe had the chance to watch that one, maybe with a short introduction and seeing what topic you will be talking about this time.
Today, I would like to discuss how the current landscape has been revealing an alarming rise in ransomware parameters. There has been an increase in ransomware attacks across all the industries, and I think it's the word of cybersecurity that's on everyone's mouth. So I think I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about the increased attack frequency, how this is incurring a lot of increased ransom calls, and more targets, and in fact, larger targets at a distressingly higher success rate.
Yeah, sounds great. And if you could shortly reintroduce yourself, that also would be great.
Of course. So my name is Aviral. I'm an information security specialist. I lead the applied research and threat intelligence team at Securin, which involves navigating the set cyber threat landscape and formulating defense strategies for our customers.
Yeah. Thank you again for the reintroduction. So then let's hop into the topic. So what would be some key things when it comes to this topic?
I think one of the key observations across 2023 has been that ransomware has evolved from a few hooded criminals in basements to an operation that's run like a corporate infrastructure. It is a business and it's a very growing business. In fact, last year, just one group claimed to have made over 100 million US dollars through the exploitation of just one vulnerability in MoveIt software. There are predictions that say that by 2021, a ransomware attack could be happening every 2 seconds. And the number of victims, it's growing exponentially larger. And the names are not insignificant. It's not like these are small companies. No, these are big wigs such as Boeing, MGM Resorts, and the Industrial Commercial Bank of China just last year. So I think as an industry, we have to acknowledge this trend, and we have to define how do we tackle this. We all have to come together. Otherwise, it's a losing battle.
Indeed, it's really like crazy to hear like big corporations or big industries are falling for it. I imagine a lot of small businesses or smaller businesses, let's say, also might be falling for the same thing. So what would be maybe some things to, like combat with this? What should be like the things that people should be paying attention to as well?
I think in order to understand what you need to do to combat it, let's talk about the trends that we are seeing evolving. There are about 50 new ransomware exploited vulnerabilities every year, and it takes just one vulnerability to compromise over 1,000 organizations worldwide and causing damage to 60 million individuals. That was the case with the MOVIT CV. So with these evolving patterns, I think once you identify them, that's when you can define your defensive strategies. And you see a lot of these ransomware groups exploiting vulnerabilities. What do? You need to have a vulnerability management program in place to combat that. You see them with a lot of active attacks across the multiple critical infrastructure sectors. You need to have a pen testing system in place to validate your defenses. Before they do it, you have to do it yourselves. And if you build a fort, you must know where weaknesses are before someone else and comes in and barges into your front gate. So to improve this landscape, I think we need to be more proactive instead of reactive, and that's where the industry should be heading. Invest in attack surface management solutions that can continuously monitor your threat landscape, potential ransomware intrusion points, patch those vulnerabilities once you've identified them, and that's how you stay safe.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that as well. And kind of follow up on that because you said we need to be more, like proactive. Maybe can you share some, like takeaway points for our viewers, maybe like some actionable steps, like, proactive actionable steps they can start, like implementing or, paying attention to.
Absolutely. I'm gonna take an example here. So we talked about the Industrial Commercial Bank of China being attacked. It took just one vulnerability. They got attacked on November 9th by a vulnerability called the Strict Split. 20 days before that, the US government had been warning organizations worldwide that you need to patch this one because it's undergoing massive exploitation. So think about that. What does an organization do in those 20 days? What was the missing piece that ended up in that compromise? So it starts with building a strategy wherein, first of all, you define what your attack surface is. If you don't know what your boundary walls are, you're never gonna know where the attacks are gonna happen, right? So start by identifying your attack surface, identifying the chinks in the armor, identifying the loose bricks, that anyone can exploit. That's where the vulnerabilities come in, and then you go ahead and fix them. That's where the vulnerability management process starts, right? So the key takeaway for us is that look, it's a continuous process. It does not happen that you do it once a year and you're done with it. No, it may take only 20 days for you to get compromised. So continuously assess your attack surface, prioritize the vulnerabilities, fix them, validate your defenses with pen testing, and that's how you stay secure. Yeah.
Mm, Thank you so much. Since we have a little bit more time, is there anything else you'd like to share or add on?
A lot of these interesting trends have been highlighted in our 2023 year-end review ransomware report. We identified about 10 new ransomware families that have popped up. So as you can see, it's a very attractive business. And we also found that, these ransomware families are no picky eaters. They'll pick their victims wherever they find it. Big, small, healthcare, education, they don't play any favorites. So I know that a lot of organizations they have this attitude that ransomware attacks are something that just happened for Boeing or MGM resorts. Trust me, that's not the case. Those are the ones just that make news because they were giants. It's a game wherein everyone is in the playing field, and everyone can be a victim. So be aware of that. Make sure that big, small, whatever you are, do have a proper strategy in place of risk-based vulnerability management and attack surface management. Otherwise, you should not wait to react to a ransomware incident. Be proactive and move forward.
Yes. Thank you for that last bit as well. And with that, that was well all my questions for today. So once again, thank you so much, Aviral, for joining us again. And yeah, looking forward to the next times.
Thank you, Lucy.